Hello everyone, welcome back to another video in the channel Charles Moore. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe to the channel Charles Moore. Please remember to keep the comment skills non-offensive. Let's get into the video. And if you're not subscribed to the channel Charles Moore, please hit that bell notification to get notification when this channel receives uploads. Super Scouts and Secret Terrorists. Let's get into it. So, in my last upload, the definition of supercells, I'll give it to you again. In case you want the definition of supercells again, they are obviously, they're shitty people that keep a low profile. Alright, when it is time for Operation Terrorism to actually start for them, that's when they come out of hiding and carry out their terrorist plot. Obviously, they want death of Americans and death to the country. Alright, that's the two things that terrorists want. Or the secret terrorists, I should call them, after they come out of hiding. Alright, they want destruction to the country and death of the American people. Those are the two things that these terrorists want. But it is very aware that, now, believe me, you're going to hear of these stories that make the headlines on the news pretty often. Yeah, I'd have to say pretty often because, well, because this is going to be, I gotta say, will be on the headlines of these news sources pretty often. Alright. I just gotta say it like it is because you know what? This is just, you know, what it is. Alright, now I know a lot of people that listen to, the news. I know they get sick and tired of, you know, hearing it. But you can't be like to no, you gotta be ready, you gotta be diligent because you know, ever since the war with Iran broke out between the United States and Israel, okay, there has been like an increased presence of sleeper cells here in the United States, and especially in the big cities, they keep a low profile. They keep themselves hidden until it's time for them to carry out their operation, which would be which is obviously you know, it's kind of like a big deal. Alright? It's a big problem. But I gotta say, with the increased presence of these sleeper cells, the increased amount of police presence should be around, specifically because, you know, the police are there to do one thing, and that is protect you. So, that's how much I feel of this, okay? You know, because, well, the cops, they protect people. Alright? If you see somebody shady, keeping a low profile, and they look like they came from another country, probably a terrorist country, and that stuff, make sure that you let your police know. Because, if they are a terrorist and they're out in the United States waiting to carry out the terrorist operation, it's best that people be aware and given heads up before time so that we could make this country a better place to live in. And then we may actually stop people from getting killed by these terrorists. Alright, that is just the main reason why I just, I'm saying this. Alright? I mean, how much more are you going to hear about the increased presence of sleeper cells here in America? I mean, how much more are you going to hear about this? Well, if I had to give you, anything, I would say probably quite often. Alright. And yes, it's just frustrating to hear these stories, but this is what, America needs to hear this. Alright? Alright, you can't just sit on the sideline and just pretend like this is just, it's just a nightmare that you had at bedtime and just pretend like it's not real. Alright? Because obviously it is. Because, the truth is, this is real. This is real. It's a reality nightmare. So, that's enough to convince me that this is real. Alright, that's enough to convince me that this stuff is real. Alright, that's enough to convince me that this is real. Okay? So, why do you think I'm going to pretend like this is a joke? Well, obviously, I'm not. Alright? This is real. Alright? This is a reality nightmare that we're living in. Alright? Okay. Yes. And you know why I'm saying reality nightmare? Well, because, basically, this is a nightmare in real time. Okay? The thought of terrorism and the increased presence of sleeper cells is pretty scary. Alright? Now, mostly in the big cities, these sleeper cells will hang around the big cities. They'll blend in with the crowd. Alright, and the reason why they blend in with the crowd is because, they want to remain hidden. Alright, that's obviously it right there. Okay? Obviously they want to remain hidden. They don't want to be found until it's time to carry out their operation of, operation, terrorism. Alright. Alright. But, you know, who can say that the police are, you know, I think that as this news breaks out, I'm sure that the cops would actually be, like, well aware that this is happening. I'm sure that the police will actually figure out that, hey, we actually need an increased presence of police and law enforcement out there to keep the American people safe from these secret terrorists out there. We've got an issue on our hands. Okay, we need to do something about it. We need to do better at keeping people safe and from dying in this country. Alright, something must be done. Something must be done. And I can't tell you, I just can't tell you how I just can't tell you how frustrating this is. I just can't. You know, at this point, I just couldn't imagine anything worse than this. I couldn't imagine anything worse than this. Alright, the sleeper cells always keep a low profile. They won't come out of hiding until they're told to do so. Until it's time to carry out their operation of terrorism. There's almost like nothing you can do about it. Right. But I'm sure that there will be an increased amount of police presence. Because, really, I just think that that's how that will be. Alright. And just remember that we're not going to, it's not like the thing is going to go unnoticed. I mean, okay, later we're going to hear all this going on the news, and this is just going to, I guess America is probably going to wonder what is going on. Well, we have a secret terrorist alert, alright? It's these sleeper cells, just about almost of the 50 states here in the United States. And you know what happens when sleeper cells are here in America. They want to bring the American people death. They hate America. Alright. And believe me, I know people are going to be tired of hearing this stuff on the news. And it's almost like that these are just stories that just, well, they keep on making the headlines. Alright, this is just, I say it's just very scary of what is going on, okay? Yeah, I just can't tell you how scary this is. I can't tell you how frustrating this is. Alright, I don't really like this. Alright, this is just gotten to be, like, way too much to handle for me. I'm not sure about other people. But you gotta remember that they will be, these people will be camping out probably in the back alleys of these major cities out there, like Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and probably New York City. Okay, and probably San Francisco. Yeah, they'll be keeping a low profile because they don't want to be found. They don't want to be they don't want to blow their cover. And that's the thing that, you know, you should be, I say, a lot of the American people need advised on this. Alright, that is just mainly it right there. I hope that this, everything that I've just said right now, I hope that it's been very helpful for you. Alright. Because, you know, it's just what America needs to hear right now. Alright, we have a cell situation. Okay, we need to take care of this. And we need to do this, you know, we need to do very, very well about keeping the American people safe. That's just, you know, exactly it there. You know what I'm saying? Alright, I'm an American, and I care about the American people's safety. So, let's do absolutely everything we can. While we still have a sleeper cell situation going on. Alright, let's do what we possibly can to keep every single American safe. This is the best advice that I can actually give you. And make sure that your police actually know what's going on. This is Charles Moore. Have a good day. I will see you on my next video. And if you come into contact with any of these sleeper cells, especially in the major cities, which I just mentioned in this video, make sure that you let your local police and authorities know exactly what's going on. Sleeper cells, they keep a low profile until their time of carrying out their operation of terrorism is here for them. Okay? These sleeper cells are shady people, and they keep a low profile. If you see them in your local cities, make sure that you let law enforcement know. We can keep Americans safe by just protecting Americans from these secret terrorists and bring these secret terrorists to justice. This will do it for this video. If you like what we said here, again, please remember to keep your comments decent, non-offensive, and this is Charles Moore. Have a good day. Stay vigilant. Stay well aware that we have a sleeper cell situation here in America, and let's get these terrorists brought to justice. This is Charles Morse. Have a good day. I will see you on the next video.